And a very hello and good evening, one and all. It is, and I'll tell you what it is. It is Suzuka International Racing Course at 5 o'clock in the morning. We went from the evening to the day. Oh my goodness. So many possibilities. With a track length of 5.75 kilometers at an altitude of 26 meters above the sea level. 18 degrees Celsius as the track temperature, otherwise known as 65 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's it's quite cold out there, relatively speaking, for the world in which it inhabits. But I tell you what's not cold. Cars. Okay, well, the cars are doing their best, but I mean, it's a case of, well, there's GT2 and there's GT1. And Dan Muller's back, as is Michael the Turk, Jack David Spickett, Jonathan Stottlemyre, Nicholas Morelli, Dubois, Arnold Koch, Zampier Radu Olympiu, Iliainen, Billy Wright, Clive Davis, and the three madmen are... Oh my god. What is this? Castrol Tom's Supra Ford GT2. Seth? Seth? Help me here, Seth. Need some counseling after what I've witnessed. See, this is the only car that looks normal in the grand scale of things, and then you just have, where is it? Then you just have this. What am I gonna say? What am I gonna tell my grandchildren? And then Lars Bodenhauer, the other, the third and final GT2 to be racing here today. Of course, drivers out there doing their darndest. Heather Almo charging. The Doritos car has made a return. Actually, do you know what? Let's ride on board with him, and I'll show you what I mean when it comes to this track, because this track, oh, it's a doozy. So, across the start-finish line, you want to be very careful. Turn 1 can be very deceiving. It's a double right-hander. In, right. Sweep out. Continue braking as best you can. Right again. Tighter this time. In, through. Onto turn 3. Start of the S's. A very long sweeping set of left, right. Then left again. Right. Then left. Up past the S's, marching towards Degner 1. Degner 1. Bang! Oh! Keeping inside the lines, Degner 2. And he does so nicely. On towards the hairpin. Get the car wound up. Then onto 200R. Zoom as they go. You wanna say that as well, you don't just say zoom, you say zoom into Dunlop. In and around. Out on the back straight, the old back straight. And then you go into 130R. And then into Casio. 1, 2. Out. And back onto the start-finish line. That completes the lap of Suzuka. With the Doritos machine setting a lap time of a 1:53.109. Will not be able to pip Javier Del Olmo. Michael Deturk coming home in third. Does Spickett have anything on his radar? He's fifth currently, chasing Arnold Koch. JD is a fan of the older cars, so this is definitely right up his back alley. Into Casio 1. Oh, that is a lot of curb. That will definitely hurt the back bottom. Out. Hug the line. And he does improve. He does pip Arnold Koch. Gets up. And well, he almost loses it trying to brake. Clive Davies. I'm sorry. I know I should be loving the C6R, but come on. How can you deny this car? Come on. I mean, listen to it. Oh, that takes me back. Well, you know, because he was the last qualifier, it basically just says, oh yeah, we'll just... That was quali very quickly then. With the qualifying results on your screens. It's going to be Javier Del Olmo in first with a 1:52.837. Dan Müller, 1:53.025. De Turk with a 1:53.231. Jack David Spickett with a 1:53.885. Arnold Koch, 1:54.5 flat. Nicholas Morelli, 1:54.527. Radu Olimpiu with a 1:54.777. Stottelmeier with a 1:54.917. Duvroy with a 1:55.415. Then we get into those that, if I could sneeze. Oh, don't sneeze. We haven't sneezed yet. Carl J.T. Moore with a 1:57.13. Hang on. This sneeze is not going to go away, is it? Seth Whittaker with a 1:57.934. And Moldenhauer with a 1:58.333. 6 o'clock in the morning. Track temperature of 19 degrees Celsius, so they'll be riding into the sunrise. Clear days with a very calm wind of 5 kilometers an hour to the north. 9 degrees C, as we mentioned before, track temperature, or otherwise known as 66 degrees Fahrenheit. And I think that's everybody lined up. Pace car will step off momentarily and lead a very short procession around, as all the cars are lined up, as I said. And look at them. Raring to go. Main key focus areas to have is it'll be mainly a stacked start for the guys. Turn 1 can be very deceiving. Remember, Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost collided there in the 1990 decider. Trying to line them all up. That car is very behind. That's going to be Clive. And off they go. Green flag racing here. 30 minutes of Suzuka underway right away. And oh my goodness, going into turn 1, does anybody stack it? No, they're all through. Oh, a bit of a squeeze on the inside. The GT2s have not gotten the bit between the teeth. They've gone the full hog and decided, bugger it. They want a race. We'll have a race, even though there's only 3 of us. We'll all make it through nice and handily. Looking at Michael de Turk. Trying to keep up with Dan Muller. Degner 1, Degner 2. Javier Dolmo nicely slotted it away. He got a great start, so obviously he wants to take full advantage of that. In through the hairpin. Everybody makes it through. No issues as of right now. On they go, past 200R. You could just hear the amount of screaming that these engines do. But very neatly put together, I dare say. Gentlemen, you're doing a fantastic job today. Going back to the GT2s. Poor Seth. He's not meant to be there. Where is he? Stuck behind. Lars going wide, out through. Dunlop. Riding on board with him. Looking at the rear end of Lars Moldenhauer, who managed to pivot him to the post there at the start of the race. Gives Carl JT Moore the clear road that he needs ahead. Into the Casio 1, 2, and 3. These cars are quite slippery. There's not a lot of runoff that you can have. If you make a mistake, well, not only is your race done for, your car is done for. Though it's virtual cars, so we can patch it back up, right? Jack David Spickett through the S's, chasing Michael de Turk. 2 fellow vintage sim racers. Not the fact that they're old, but the fact that they like the older kind of cars. Lotus 49s, 79s, Camel GT. JDS does put on a great show, in particular to the Camel stuff. So this will be right up his alley. Very much a progression of the GT cars of the day. Good bit of power, good bit of downforce. The splitter is actually real. It does something on these cars. You know, barring the fact that it's an American car, hasn't got the refinement of a nice nice big white splitter that the the DBR9 has. In through and out of Dunlop onto the back straight. Nobody really willing to budge. Javier almost just tipping a second gap. I would imagine the DBR9 just is able to take the high speed stuff a little bit better. Especially when you consider the fact that Dan Muller has had to follow with dirty air. But he is a master of this car and a master of this series. So, you know, keep your eyes fixed on the fact that they're still helter-skelter. Coming down through the field, that is going to be Stottlemyre. Stottlemyre holding formation behind Arnold Koch, who's holding behind Nicholas Morelli. Morelli having a good start up into 5th, but has this big yellow machine, and one that he will hear over his own engine. The DBR9 is not loud. This car is. The car that is in his rearview mirror. Yeah. If you don't get hearing damage from listening to this, I think you would have to have passed the American citizenship test, because holy moly, holy smokes, is it loud. It goes. It's like as if you took straight pipes without a muffler in it and said, go for it. A pass for the boys. Let's have a look at this. I think that was a slowdown. Looking on board with Seth Whitaker. Oh no, wide off the track, almost collecting Seth. Lars, bit of mistake coming out of Oh no, wait, sorry. I keep calling Dunlop Spoon and Spoon Dunlop. That was out of Dunlop. Spoon 1, Spoon 2. Got that wrong. At least I corrected myself. Through now. Spoon 1, Spoon 2. Out onto the back straight. Back with the Turk. Dan Muller closing the gap. That does bring in a three-way battle between the top three. Raidillon posting a half a second in a lap deficit on that last lap, and is really getting closed up on by Dan Muller. Once again, if you see this car, run very, very fast, because I'll tell you what happens. It's going to be a very not fun time, because what will happen, you will go deaf, you will not be able to hear the call over your radio for fuel, you'll run out of fuel, you'll do a John Lacey when he was with Benetton, basically kept going around and round and round in circles. Was it John Lacey? I think it was John Lacey. When he kept going round and round in circles at Australia, did not listen to his mechanic saying that he needed to fuel, and spluttered just past turn 2. Which I think would have not what these guys would have wanted, but they also don't have the pits, so who am I to know? Through now, Spoon 1 into Spoon 2. They'll come out, use as much of the run off as possible. Beefier engine in the C6R will most definitely give it some legs. Sweeping wide at 130R into the Casio. 1. In. You need to chuck it right and then chuck it left harshly. 2 into 3 and then sweep around. Use as much of the runoff as possible. Don't scrub the tires and don't scrub that speed, because it's very important. This front straight is massive, and if you can get some slipstream, you could make the difference between a side by side and a clean pass. Further down the field, once again checking in with he's covered his car in a livery that it's a weeb livery. God damn it. Looks nice, but it's a weeb livery. But he's currently chasing Arnold Koch, car number 11. Koch making sure that he can do the best that he can. 6th position. Still trying to hold on to the back of Nicholas Morelli in 5th. I think Stottelmeyer will definitely want pass though. It's a DBR9 on C6R sandwich. We actually have a very good representation of GT1s. There's only one extra DBR. Oh, crikey, that's a mistake there by Arnold Koch. It snapped. Oh, dearie me. Oh, poor Arnold. That is going to bite. Under braking. Misses brake marker, and the brakes just said nope. Well, he pulled it off anyway, and it's such a bad corner to get that car turned around. He managed to do it though, but that was a 3-point turn. He'll pass his driving test, but not pass the I'm about to be roasted test. But no. Arnold doing his best, but unfortunately just one mistake can mean the difference between a good race and you've just binned it. And now we do have an issue for Juha Ilianainen coming through 130R. Yep, that's one dead car. That was an ouchie. If you want to see just how wound up it can get, that is into the in wall. Oh, that does not butter me up the right way. That is painful. Dearie me. Dan Muller. Oh, I think he's in a sandwich. He's not in the right type of sandwich. You know when the Europeans, as we are, we like a nice sandwich. Cheese crisp sandwich. This is a crisp sandwich, but if an American came over and said, "No, we want Doritos in our crisp sandwich," the British are now coming back and saying, "You what? You said you want a crisp sandwich? You want a crisp sandwich?" I don't even know what I'm saying, but you get the idea. Kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place at the moment, he is. Cannot really catch up to this man, Javier Del Olmo. Del Olmo putting up a stiff resistance. No real faults. And look at that back shot. That is lovely. God, I love this car. I really love this car for some reason. I hate the fact that I love this car for some reason. I can't put my finger on it. Just look at it. It's great. As they cross the line, lap times are as follows: 1:53.424 for Javier Del Olmo, Dan Muller with a 1:53.280, and Michael de Turk with a 1:53.585. So very much a case of, pick and mix, really. They're doing pretty similar lap times in a mid to low 153s. Compare that to Nicholas Morelli, he's doing a 1:55.073, and Jack David Spigot with a 1:53.912. That's what you quali with. Well, let me put it to you this way. I will hide this, and I will make your day even worse. Or better, depending on how you look at it. These were the qualifying results for the leaders. You would have been 4th, according to the qualifying results of today. Which, they're running pretty much qualifying pace at the moment, barring the extra fuel that they have. That is Michael de Turk. I would be okay with that as well. These are very fast drivers. De Turk is rapid, as is Dan Muller. Dan Muller rapid. Javier Del Olmo picked it up this season and said, "You guys think you're fast? So I'll show you what's fast in my orange machine." And he's been flying at it. Oh, I have just come. Oh my goodness! The commentator curse strikes again. Oh, dearie me. Dan Muller looking on the inside. Now we'll switch to the outside. Might prove beneficial, as the line will be compromised for Javier Del Olmo. It'll be a bit of a tight one, but it's closed right up. Just to switch to, that was Clive Davis having a bit of an incident. He did a Javier Del Olmo, rode the curb. That's nice, he got out of it, but just, woof, yeah. Forgot that the corner was there, locked the brakes, and the car decided, nope, you're coming around. But he's still doing nicely. Good on you, son. Lawrence Dubras in the middle of the field, currently the number 10 car in 8th position. Chasing down Zamfir Radu Olympiu in the number 12 car. 2 Corvettes facing against each other. 1.4 seconds, the current gap. Well, 1.6 after Dubras had a bit of a moment through Degner 1 and 2. And oh my goodness, can I not curse a man? Can I not curse him? I swear to you, I'm not cursing these men. I swear. It's not me. It's not me. Oh, dearie me. Lars Moldenhauer in the GT2 still chasing down Seth Whittaker. Whittaker had it wound up underneath him and then unwound it for some reason. Moldenhauer catching back up to him. making good time. 158.947 on that last lap compared to Seth Whitaker's 158.833 on that last lap. And oh my goodness. No. 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 No, 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 no. Don't tell me this has happened. No. Javier Del Olmo. Oh, slide. They slid in unison. Oof. They slid in unison. Da 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 da. And here comes Jack David Spigot to take the lead of this God-forsaken race. Oh my goodness. Oh God, get that clipped in and said to whoever it is that does the not top 10s. Oh, well, at least they're all running. Michael de Turk, second place. Javier Del Olmo, a very crumpled front end. Can he keep up? Watch this space. Dan Muller has quite literally, you know, he's gone from being in a sandwich to still being in said sandwich. Oh, that's going to be a bit of a kick in the teeth for him. He was hoping to have at least gotten past Javier Del Olmo. He did, but then they just switched places. It's like musical chairs. Coming down the back stretch, does he make the move? And this time he could make the move. Overspeed does help, but he thinks better of it. He still has 12 minutes to go. And Jack David Spigot, I'm pretty sure he's screaming in that car. He's going, oh my goodness, I'm driving, I'm winning. Javier Del Olmo. Obviously the damage not affecting him one bit. I don't know how you're doing it because, well, I mean, look. Your car is crippled, mate. But holding good formation behind, gained 0.2 of a second a lap on that last lap. Michael de Turk holding formation. Cutting back into the lower half of the field, that's going to be Zamfir Raidillon. Lawrence Dubras holding formation ahead of him. They cut back up to each other, but will have to deal with the fact that as of right now, Dubras just looks a little bit more comfortable in that car. Bit slower, but more consistent, and sometimes that's all you need for a good set of points. And of course, Lars Moldenhauer still chasing down Seth Whitaker for the second step of the podium that they're all guaranteed, no matter what happens. Oh, please don't crash out. But holding formation nicely, chasing each other with a 158.683 to Seth and Lars with a 158.739 on that last lap, respectively. Let's have a look at Michael de Turk's view. That's scary. That's scary. On the inside goes Dan Muller on the inside. Can Michael de Turk hold formation on the outside? He does indeed. They don't touch. They do wobble though. And that is a flinch and a half from Michael de Turk, who had to let the space, but he could come back. Remember, never say never. It's 10 minutes of the race. Game on for second place. Javier Del Olmo holding rearward. With the damage that he has, he's probably hoping that he can continue maintaining the toe as he can. Then make the quick and easy move when they're both distracted. But it's all within the relatives, you know. There you go. Perfect. On the way through to 200R. Dan Muller We'll be hoping and praying that the two of them start fighting so that he can get away. And the main thing is for him, he doesn't want any more distractions. He's got clean air now. He has 2 seconds to close. The Turk going wide, as you saw there, that he is the cyan and yellow car, and the orange car being Javier Del Olmo. But now that Dan Muller's in clean air, he'll focus on getting his rhythm down. He'll focus on getting his lap times down. Not being stuck behind the Turk. But the Turk, good on the binders, closing right up. Will be good through the Casio 1, 2, and 3. Holds formation. Bit of extra power from the B8 motor of the C6R. Will get it in good stead, but the Turk will hold formation. And look at him catching up. Look at him closing the distance. Close the distance. Close the distance. Fight is not over yet. Not at all. Never say never until the cows come home. There we go. By the way, a shout out must go to Clive Davis. I think this is his first race in this series. No, I don't. No, I've jinxed. Oh, no, I jinxed him. How many more people am I going to curse with the fact that I just put the camera on them and they go flying off the track? Oh dear me. Yeah, I'm very good at you know, I'm doing fantastic. Let me regain myself. On board with Seth Whitaker as he's chased down by Lars. A little bit wide coming out of Dunlop. On towards Degner 1-2. Clive Davies with another mistake. Oh dearie me. I've cursed the man yet again. 7 minutes left to run. You can hear as he upshifts the of the engine exhaust just going, and then every time he here we go, listen. God, I love that that backfire. It's like Arnold Koch with some issues. Into the Casio triangle. Oh, well, that's not the Casio triangle. That's the Senna approach right there. Is Arnold Koch? Yeah, that's the Senna. That's the Senna. Yeah, that's the wrong way. But you know, he got back. he just needed a moment. You know, just you know, wanted to test it out. To test out the theory. You know, could Senna have done it? Current situation up at the front of the field is as such. Jack David Spickett holding formation with the gap closing. Dan Muller took out 6/10 of a second on that last lap. So Jack David Spickett has lost control of the car. My goodness. It's all gone wrong in one corner, and that was through Spoon. My goodness. What? Oh dear. So I am guessing it is riding the curb. Yep, the curb sent him on his way. And unfortunately, it couldn't get back going again. It's that lazy slide that everyone really hates. And it's just like, three-way battle forming. Michael de Turk, second place. Javier de Olmo, third place. Javier will be forced to the outside. Squeeze put on by Michael de Turk. Very good racing there. Forcing Javier de Olmo to rethink his moves. Jack David Spickett holding really close behind, not wanting to have the mistake put him down. A little bit of a mistake there from Clive Davies. Slowed the Carl JT Moore. The Carl of Carl JT. The Carl of Car JT Moore. I'll call him Carl. Forget it. I'm not going to get his name right. But this is what happened. Coming through Spoon into Spoon 2. He saw the smoke. Slammed on the brakes. He read the situation very excellently. He had the gap to do so as well. So just able to read the situation, saying, okay, well, I don't need to ruin my race. I've got plenty of time. I mean, look at him. That's the gap between him and second place. Big old gap. I wouldn't worry about it too much. 3 minutes 53 seconds left to run, which will give us an extra lap or 2. So they'll cross the line. It'll be lap 15. I think they won't have enough for 2 extra, so it'll be this. So the lap they're coming up to is the penultimate lap. That's another wobble there from Jack David Spigot riding the curb. He needs to not do that. That is the grass. And he's doing the Senna fully now. Oh. And his race was going so well, and just that one mistake has just... I think it's... You know, not put his mind at rest. I think he's been like, arg. You know. You know when you just have that one mistake that upsets your brain. It upsets your feng shui, you know. When you're just able to do stuff just so nice, efficiently. La 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 la. Mistake. Bugger. I made that mistake. I can't do this thing. But Raidillon was not letting that get him down. Through the S's, up through Dunlop. Still chasing down on Michael de Turk, who I will say is doing a very good race. A little bit of damage on his left side, but you know, like what they did, you know, with who's the fella that had the weekend? Oh, the Wilhelm II. You know, just don't show that side to him. You know, show the nice side, the right side. You know, when they're coming in for a photo op. Through 200R. Sweeping around. Delhomme look for the move on the inside. He looks very dangerous. Not dangerous as in he's dangerous, but very looking like he wants to do a move on that inside. Spoon would have been a great place, but it could have been the clapback season past Panasonic. On the inside holds Michael de Turk. He really does not want to let the move happen. Oh, I can't chop the nose. Still almost was able to get a little bit of a sniff. Will this be a Senna Prost duet? Part 2? Part 3? White flag though for Dan Muller, who I think just needed that little bit of space just to operate. Lars Moldenhauer still chasing down GT2. Still chasing down Seth Whitaker. Whitaker in through hairpin. On towards trying his best to hold that. Through 200R still. 200R actually, I keep forgetting how long it goes. Like it goes essentially all the way from there to from hairpin to Spoon. Like I keep forgetting that. And it's a crazy corner, but it's a lovely set of corners. De Turk has to hold off Delhomme for just a few more corners at this point. Not a few more laps, a few more corners. Through 200R, sweeps it out wide. Does not want the inside chopped off by Delhomme. Delhomme will not have anything else for him if he can't make this move happen. Cuts it inside on Spoon. Looks on the inside. He is really looking now hard at this point. Coming up through Panasonic. Does the move be made here? He's got no other shot. He has to do something. Coming through 130R on the outside. He can't hold it. Can't hold it. No. Does he do a Senna? Can he send it on the inside? He sends it on the outside. Coming through into the Casio triangle. Oh, the Turk is holding him off. Can he sneak it in on the inside? Dan Muller, by the way, wins the race. We don't want to know about that. We want to know, does it happen? It doesn't. It doesn't, unfortunately. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dearie me. Now that was a good one. That was a good one. Stottlemyre. I know it's a weeb delivery. I know you like it. But come on. Come on. Oh, dearie me. But it's not as bad as this car. Carl, we want to have a discussion. This is not only the wrong make of car, it's the wrong brand. I didn't know an American company was sponsored by Castrol Tom's Supra. He even says it. It says Tom's on it. I'll allow it. But it also says Bridgestone. These aren't even Bridgestone tires. I think they're Goodyears or something. Or, well, based on the Goodyear compound. Yeah, he's flashing his lights. He's happy. He's happy he got the victory anyway. Seth Whitaker coming home in second place, with Lars unfortunately relegated to the final step and in third position on this very glorious race. Very well done to everybody. Very, very, very happy with that. That was a great race. Very, very happy with that. But it is also time for the results, because, I mean, unless you're me, you're a nerd, you've forgotten who's actually won this race. And I'll tell you. So coming home in first position, Dan Muller, of course. Very, very, in the middle of the race, he did do a bit of a waltz with Del Olmo, but made it through, as did Michael de Turk. Coming home in second, 3.845 seconds down the road. Haver Del Olmo, 3.961 seconds down the road. Jack David Spickett coming home in fourth with a 5 seconds deficit. Nicholas Morelli, 10-second deficit down the road. Stottlemyre in sixth position, 19 seconds down the road. Dubois, 33 seconds down the road, with Arnold Koch just 1 and a bit seconds behind him, or 2 and a bit seconds behind him, with oh, goodness gracious, I read Bryce, didn't see the space. Right, the second, 45 seconds down the road. Carl JT Moore wins it for the GT2s, with Whitaker coming home in second place, with Moldenhauer coming home in third. Then we had the pit entries or retirements. Davies was lap but finished the race. Radu Olympiu retired the car, as did Ilianainen, but we saw what happened to both of those cars. Olympiu had a crash, and that massive accident that Ilianainen had coming up towards the Casio triangle definitely didn't do his car much good. I don't think anybody would say, he survived. Of course, he got out of the car, but I mean, your back bottom would definitely surely be sore. But that'll do it for us here at Suzuka. A great race once again. I'm deadly excited for. Did I mention before that I'm deadly excited for the LMP2s, the HPD to come? I'm excited for that. My face is beaming. I want that car so badly to come. Next time out, we'll be at the Circuito de Jerez, the Moto layout. So that's the really just very fast one. It's nice though. And of course, next week we'll be at Watkins Glen, or the week after we'll be at Watkins Glen, and the week after that we'll be finishing at Monza at the Grand Prix layout. Well, that's all we have time for. My name has been Robert O'Brien. This has been Raidillon TV, the only corner that you need. Good evening, one and all.